try the newest, cheapest, and fastest delivery na express service. Introducing Moto Express PH. You can now leave your shopping and delivery needs with us without much exposure and interaction to people outside. Mapa-grocery items, medicines, foods, and other essentials and halal-certified products, kami na ang mamimili at maghahatid sa'yo. Sinisigurado na ligtas, in good and quality condition ang mga pabili o orders sa delivery service na iyong i-avail. Para sa maayos at mabilis na delivery at order mo, ipamoto mo na. Download Moto Express PH app through Google Play that is built to deliver beyond your expectation. Tara na dito sa Moto Express. Dahil moto mo to.
Are you craving for some milk tea and donuts but you're watching your diet? Good news! You can now enjoy a healthier and superbly delicious keto milk tea and donuts here at Winkle Milk Tea and Winkle Donut. Has fewer calories, so it's good for the health and diet conscious and controlling weight. Why choose Winkle Milk Tea and Winkle Donut? The first halal certified milk Winkle Teas and Winkle Donut in the Philippines. The first healthy keto milk tea franchise in the Philippines. FDA approved. Uniquely infused milk tea flavors with high quality ingredients and premium taste. And if you want a healthy and refreshing franchise opportunity, a competitive healthy blended milk tea and donut franchise awaits you. We have business opportunity options you can choose from. Online seller, micro franchise, unit franchise, master franchise, international franchise. Order via our Facebook page, Winkle Tea and Winkle Donut, or contact 0995-551-4380 to experience this happiness in a box with your favorite Winkle Milk Tea and Winkle Donut.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you on how to register in our platform. Firstly, you need to click www.ejasmine.com. This is how our platform interface looks like once you click www.ejasmine.com. As you can see, on the top right corner, click the login or register button. You will see two options, which is login button and register button. If you already have an account, just simply fill in your details. But if you does not have an account, click the register button and fill in your details requirement. If you are interested for becoming a vendor, you can click become a vendor button below. For vendor registration, you need to complete the details requirement. If you have halal certificate, you need to upload it on this section. Last but not least, once you have completed all the detail requirements, just click the register button. Thank you.
Good morning. Hello. So this is Maria Teresa Malco of Teachers Bureau host. Hello from GPTV and BBN. Thank you so much for watching. So for today, we are going to have another topic. Last week, I remember we discussed about ano nga to? Applied economics, right? And social science. Ayan. How is the difference, or what is the difference between applied and social science that is related to economics? Ayan po. But for today, we are still on that particular topic, but we are going to discuss the three out of the 10 principles of economics. Ayan po. Yan ang i-discuss natin today. Kasi yung tatlong yung principles of economics natin, it is divided into actually three. Divided po siya sa tatlo, and that is Yung una po, how are we going to decipher decisions of people? Ayan, that's number one. How people made decisions. And then number two, people interact with each other. How people interact with each other. And then number three, how forces and the trends affect the economy as a whole. So yung 10 principles of economics natin is actually divided into three. And today, we are going to talk about only how people made decisions. Kasi yung how people made decisions, this is very important as this is what we do in our everyday life. Ayan po. Okay, so I would like to share with you a video. Saglit lang po i-share ko lang po ang video natin, the video file. Ayan. Okay, hindi ko na siya muna shinare agad kasi baka mamaya biglang mag-pop tapos mawala na naman ako. Okay, so at least now, I already had my introduction. So we are going to watch a video.
Economics. What is economics, and why is it important to study economics?
So this is what we are going to talk about today, the importance of why we are studying economics. Why is it important? Especially not only for entrepreneurs po kasi of course entrepreneurs, it is already basic. Alam na natin dapat talaga we know how to study economics. We know what economics is pertaining to our business. That is really very important. But of course, it's not all about business. We also can, of course, understand economics, the point of view of economics in terms of how we make decisions, okay, in our everyday life. And that is so very important, not only for entrepreneurs, but also for us, yung mga normal na tao that doesn't have any business. It is important that we understand how we make decisions. And this is very important for entrepreneurs para they would understand how their consumers behave, how their consumers think, and how their consumers feel on certain products and services. Bakit sila nagdidesisyon sa mga ganitong products at bakit sila hindi bumibili ng mga ganitong products or nag-a-avail ng ganitong services. We really have to understand as an entrepreneur kung how does our consumers behave on certain products and services. And that is really very important for us, okay, as entrepreneur. But for students, for other people who are not, of course, into business, it is okay and it is good for us to understand. Especially for students, this is really very important kasi you are studying business. So at this time, training na to sa inyo, this is kind of a seminar, this is something that you should know. So it is really very important for you. So kailangan maintindihan ninyo to. This is so basic as you move forward to becoming entrepreneurs. Ayan. Okay, so let's move on to our video. Hala, nawala na ang aking video. Asa na siya?
What is economics about? It's about choices. Economics is the study of how people make choices.
Ayan po, no? So what is economics? Economics is a study of how people make choices with buying, selling, and using things. So this is very important for entrepreneurs and for those students who are studying to become entrepreneurs. So we really have to understand why people make choices. Okay, so nawala na naman siya. Hala ka. Okay, nawala na naman siya.
When buying, selling, and using things. Things could be goods, services, resources, or money. In economics, who makes choices? Consumers, government, and businesses. All three make choices and have an impact on economics. Where do economic decisions and choices begin? They begin with feeling people's needs and wants. What are needs? They are those basic things we need in order to survive and remain alive. They could be water, food, clothing, and shelter. These are considered basic needs. On the other hand, what are wants? Wants are those things we would like to have, but are not necessarily required to survive. They could be a toaster, a TV, a washer, or a cell phone. Our needs and wants can be separated into two different categories: services and goods. Let's first start at taking a look at services. What are services? A service is work done for other people. Some examples may be a dentist, a painter, or a lawyer. On the other hand, what are goods? Goods are things that are produced or manufactured. Some examples may be a cell phone, a desk, a car. Even food items, such as a cupcake, can be considered a good. For some, the study of economics can be confusing, but it is an important topic, a topic that you need to study. Why is it important to study economics? It is because the better you understand how and why people make choices with resources, goods, and services, as well as the impact of these choices, will only enable you to make wiser economic decisions throughout your life.
Nakamute pala ako. Okay, hindi ko napansin. So again, that is a very short video I found in the internet via YouTube. A video from Warren Buffett. Ayan. Si Warren Buffett is one of the billionaires in the United States. And so he believes that we have to understand really yung pong tinatawag nating choices. And without choices, of course, saan po ba naka-embed yung choices natin? Bakit ba tayo pumipili? Why do we have to decide on what we want and what we need? Basically, nabanggit ko na, with the needs and wants of people. Okay, so we are people ourselves. So we understand that. We know that there are some needs na kailangan talaga natin. Like binanggit na kanina, yung food, yung water, yung shelter, those are basic needs that we need. Okay, but we also have wants na ito yung mga choices why we buy things. And ito yung mga microwave ovens. Actually, pwede namang hindi mag-microwave. Pwede namang stove lang, di ba? Pero as our wants grow, so we want to buy more. Ayan po. So hindi lang natin gustong magluto sa oven, sa gas stove, gusto rin po natin sa microwave. And then, bumibili rin tayo ng toaster. Pero pwede rin naman na wala ng toaster kasi pwede naman tayong mag-toast sa gas stove using po yung ating mga pots. So, all of these things, these are just wants. And reiterate ko lang po doon sa binanggit ko rin last time, yung regarding sa cellphone, sa communication, nagbabago. That is a very good example kasi. Yung communication, yung cellphone po natin na before, this is just a want. It's ancillary, it's trivial, but now it's no longer that kasi it becomes a need, especially at this time of the pandemic situation. Yung bilis ng information, yung bilis ng communication, yung bilis ng how we are able to get data, okay, from the tip of our hands using our cell phone, it's no longer just a want, it becomes a need. Ayan po. But of course, it becomes a want again kapag depende sa kung anong cellphone ang ating binibili. Kasi ang mga cellphones naman, meron yung particular, what do you call this? Yung mga applications po na medyo yung high-end sa low-end. So kung hindi ka naman talaga an entrepreneur and you don't really need this kind of app na masyadong high-end, pwede naman na mura lang na cellphone ang bibilihin natin. So that makes a want. Kapag hindi naman natin kailangan, bumibili pa rin po tayo. More power. Thank you po. Fashion Designers League of the Philippines. Okay. Yes, thank you po. Totoo yan. Sa Fashion Designers League of the Philippines, kahit yun po yung mga fashions natin, the way we buy our clothes, that is also what we consider choices, of course. So it depends. Ano po pala, no? Ang bottom line ng mga choices natin, syempre, is kaya ba natin? Can we afford it? Because if we cannot afford it, we don't buy this. So if we are into designer clothes, syempre dapat mala Gretchen Barreto ka na meron ka talagang pera to buy it. But even if, like for example, teacher po ako, no? Hindi naman ako kasing yaman ni Gretchen Barreto. Pero kung gusto ko talagang bumili, pwede ko naman siyang pag-ipunan. But it takes time. Hindi ko kaagad mabibili yung gusto ko. It takes time. Kailangan ko siyang pag-ipunan. And tatakbo ang taon, okay, para mapag-ipunan ko ang isang, for example, Gucci bag na gusto ko. Parang ganun po. So, it depends really. Yung mga wants naman talaga, pwede natin yan ma-suffice kung talagang gusto natin. Pero para sa isang tao na katulad ko, na hindi naman ako mayaman, I can always save for that. Ayan po. Pero syempre, as we go along in our lives, kahit na gustong-gusto natin at may savings tayo, tapos may biglang dumating na important important na tawag dito, activities, important na events, like for example, a very crucial life and death, for example, nagkasakit, may COVID, etc. So, bibili ka pa ba ng Gucci bag na pinag-iipunan mo? Syempre, hindi na. Mapupunta na siya dun sa mas importanteng dapat pagkagastusan. So, ayan po. So, iba-iba kasi, in the status of our lives, iba-iba kung paano natin tinitake yung ating needs and wants. Okay po? So, let's move on now. Gusto kong itry. Meron kasi po ako nakita dito, ayan, meron siyang new. So, I can share a slide. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Ay, natatakot na naman ako. Kasi baka bigla na naman akong mawala. Anyway, so I can share na lang siguro my screen. Ayan. Share screen na lang po muna ako. Mahirap kasi baka mamaya bigla akong mawala. Ayan. Nakakatakot mawala. Ayan. Okay. So, ito po ang aking screen. Ayan. So, today, as I've said, ang itatakal po natin from the 10 principles of economics, where ang basis po talaga natin is the needs and wants of people, we are going to talk about not the 10 but only 3. Okay? 3 or 4 yata po yung nandito. Kasi it is really very important that we understand the choices people make. Why do we make choices? So here is one. The number 1 sa 10 principles of economics natin that is categorized into 3. Yung una natin is how people make choices. People face trade-offs. Ayan po. People faces trade-offs. Ano po yun? Choices people must make when faced with scarcity. Pag sinabi nating scarcity, ang ibig sabihin po nito, kakulangan. There is something na kulang. So kapag may kulang, ano yung gagawin mo? Katulad ng binabanggit ko po kanina, na gusto kong bumili ng designer clothes kasi naalala ko, buti na lang nag-pop up yung sa designer clothes of the Philippines. Ano po, meron din naman po akong ganun eh. Meron ako talagang designer clothes na gusto kong bilhin o gusto kong magkaroon ako for special occasion. But then of course, I am a teacher at hindi naman ganun kalaki ang sweldo ng mga teachers. But sabi ko nga kanina, I can always save for that. That is what you call scarcity. Scarcity in terms of, I don't have enough money. Hindi naman ako si Gretchen Barreto na pwede akong bumili ng kahit na anong gusto ko that because I have the money to buy it. I have to face that fact. That is reality of my life. So, since hindi ako pwedeng bumili anytime kung ano man ang gusto ko, I need to save for it. So what makes people choose something? So I choose to save because there is scarcity. I don't have enough money. So I choose to save for that. Kaya lang, banggit ko nga kanina, kahit na nagsisave ka, tapos biglang merong life and death situation, may nagkasakit and everything, ganyan, bibili ka pa ba? Siyempre hindi na. Mapupunta na yung savings mo sa ibang bagay. Ayan po. Or meron kang, let's say, sa amin po kasi mga teacher, we really have to be, kumbaga, laging nag-aaral. So, kailangan namin magtapos ng masteral, kailangan namin magtapos ng doctoral, kailangan namin mag-attend ng seminars and trainings. So, we need money for that. So, kung pagka may dumating na opportunity, ano yung mas pipiliin ko? Because I am facing with scarcity. Ano yung pipiliin ko? Siyempre, doon na ako pipili po sa choice na alin ba yung mas importante para sa akin. Importante para sa trabaho ko. Yung designer clothes is just important for my personal. Gusto ko magkaroon ng designer clothes kapag may special occasion. Sa pandemic situation, meron bang special occasion na mangyayari na may gathering ba? Are we allowed to have a gathering with other people as big as before? Siyempre, hindi na po. So, yung wants ko, okay pa ba siya? Hindi na. So, yung savings para doon, mapupunta na sa ibang bagay. Sa pag-aaral, trainings and seminars, payment for that. So, yun kasi yung mas importante para makumply ko naman yung sa trabaho ko because that is needed for us teachers. And ang ano naman po niyan, ang trade-off po niyan or ang magbe-benefit po niyan is of course the students. Kasi if I am well educated, if I am well educated of the information that I should know, okay, from trainings and seminars, from doctorals, from masterals, ang nagbe-benefit po niyan lahat ay estudyante because we can better teach our students. Okay, so that's an example of trade-off. These are choices people make or people must make when faced with scarcity. Naguluhan na tuloy ako. Choices people must make when faced with scarcity. Ayan, bilis-bilis ko kasi magsalita. Okay, so sabi dito, trade-off is a situation that involves losing one quality or aspect of something in return for gaining another quality or aspect. So clear po yun sa binigay kong example. So when we talk about efficiency, we are talking about the property of society getting the maximum benefit from its scarce resources. And then pag sinabi nating equity, the property of distributing economic prosperity fairly among members of the society. Pag equity, we are talking about yan, resources, money, etc. etc. Paano siya na-distribute yung economic prosperity natin fairly amongst people. But is it fairly distributed? Parang hindi naman kasi merong mayaman, merong mahirap, di ba? So, ang dapat kasi dyan, actually, it's actually distributed in such a way na depende na talaga yan sa tao. So, kaya nga tayo, mga students, ayan, yung para sa mga bata po, no, kailangan mag-aral tayo so that we get the economic prosperity that we deserve. Kasi hindi naman yan basta-basta ibinibigay. Although sa ibang bansa, alam natin yon, nagbibigay sila talaga ng tinatawag nating economic prosperity. Nakikita ko yan sa lahat ng video, even sa TikTok. Pinapakita nila how other countries are giving benefits, especially for our tawag dito, yung mga ating old folks po, di ba? Yung mga homies, yung mga groceries, sa mga students naman, mga free education, public school system, etc. So, sa mga ganong countries, meron talaga sila. But here in the Philippines, wala pa tayo doon. But if we want to get the economic prosperity that we deserve, we really have to study. We really have to, anong tawag dito? Pagtapos ng pag-aaral and have work. Yan po. Okay, so efficiency, the property of the society getting the maximum benefits from its scarce resources. So whatever scarce resources that we have, if the government is able to maximize the benefits of the scarce resources, that is what we call efficiency. At dun din sa atin po in our everyday life, sa example na binigay ko po sa personal point of view ko on designer clothes, between designer clothes and my study for masters and trainings and seminars, yan po yung tinatawag din nating example for efficiency. When you are faced with scarcity, ano yung best choices na meron ka? So, paano ka magde-decide when you are faced with scarcity? Pagka may kulang na sa buhay mo, may kulang. And normally, especially ngayon sa situation natin, what's lacking is, of course, money. So, pera. So, pagka wala kang masyadong pera, anong gagawin mo? Are you going to spend more than what you are receiving from your paycheck? Of course not. If you are receiving 20,000, magsispend ka ba ng 30,000? Syempre hindi. Dapat below 20,000 ang ating expenditure. So, ganun po 'yon. 'Yun yung tinatawag nating people face the 10 tawag dito, people face trade-offs. Ayan po. So, let's move on to the next. Ay, sorry. Mali pala. Dito pala ako. Okay, next is ang atin pong opportunity cost. Pag sinabi pong opportunity cost, okay, so this is something what you give up to get it. So whatever must be given up in order to obtain some item or last best alternative forgone. What is the best example for this? Kita naman po dun sa ating pong picture, ano po, yung family. Ang best example po dito, as I always discuss this in the classroom, is yung why po ang mga parents nagpupunta abroad. Ang mga parents nagpupunta abroad para sa kanilang mga anak, para po magpagpadala sila ng money, magpagpadala sila ng pera, at makapag-aral po yung mga anak nila. Ano po yung nasa-sacrifice kapag nagpupunta ang mga parents abroad? Ang nasa-sacrifice is their time with their family. Hindi nakikita ng nanay ng tatay yung paglaki ng mga anak. Mas nakikilala ng mga anak yung lolo-lola, tita-tito, kung saan siya nakatira. So pagdating ng parents sa Pilipinas, dadalaw na siya, medyo malayo yung feelings ng anak niya sa kanya. Why? Kasi hindi naman niya nakasama. But she or he, the parents, was able to provide for the needs of the child in terms of money. So we're talking about money. So lahat ng makakaalwan sa buhay ng bata, ibibigay ng magulang. But we are talking about money. Okay po. So paano po ngayon nagbibigay na ngayon ng how do we make choices kung yung mga parents po ay nasa abroad? Syempre, if they are earning much, mas marami silang kinikita at pinapadala nila dito sa Pilipinas, mas malaki yung value ng money nila dito sa Philippines through foreign exchange, mas marami silang nabibili. So, mas marami silang pwedeng gastusin. Kaya nga 'di ba po ang mga estudyante natin o yung mga anak natin na ang mga parents ay nasa abroad, mas magaganda yung gamit nila sa school, mas magaganda yung gamit na meron sila, mas maalwan ng buhay nila. It's because of that. Okay? So these people who are of course dependent dun sa padala ng parents from abroad, they can buy more here in the Philippines. Kasi nga, yung exchange ng money from abroad here in the Philippines is mas mataas yung value. Okay po. So, yan yung isang mga reasons kung bakit nakakapagpamili tayo ng mas marami as a family because we have the means. Okay? Kasi meron tayong iniintay o meron tayong ini-expect na pera coming from abroad. That has much value here in the Philippines. Okay? Pero wag po nating kalimutan, so opportunity cost, meron pong nagsasuffer. Nagsasuffer dyan yung family time. Okay? But of course, it's a choice that the parents make for the child. Okay, so moving on to the next. Ayan, yung bad or the good. Ano po ito? Ito yung rational people think at a margin. When we say rational people think at a margin, rational people often make decisions by comparing marginal cost and marginal benefits. Ito po yung tinatawag nating CBA. Pero sa economics kasi meron siyang separate na topic for CBA kasi mahaba po ito. But just to discuss po, tinitingnan kasi natin yung benefits at saka yung cost. Di ba po dapat naman talaga ganon, kapag tayo namimili, tinitingnan natin yung benefit at saka yung cost, kino-compare natin siya. Tama bang bilhin natin to? Pag binili natin to, ganito kamahal, ano ba magiging benefit niya para sa atin? And that is the very reason why we check the label. Pag nasa grocery stores tayo, nag-check tayo ng labels. Like for example, I want to, nung isang araw lang po nagluto ako ng lasagna. I chose Ideal Spaghetti, yung lasagna po na Ideal. Mas mahal siya compared to other lasagnas na brand. Naku, nagbanggit ako. Pero anyway, nagbanggit tuloy ako ng brand. Anyway, so okay lang naman siguro yun. Bumili ako nung mas mahal na pasta. Instead na bumili ako nung iba na hindi ganun kamahal. Hindi ako tumutok sa cost lang. So okay lang sa akin kahit mahal kasi nung nabasa ko dun sa what you call this? Sa label, nabasa ko sa label, maganda yung Ideal pasta. It's because yung al dente niya, kahit ilang beses mo siyang i-reheat, kahit sa microwave, i-reheat mo siya sa stove, hindi nawawala yung pagka-al dente ng pasta. Although it's much higher in price. So, yun po yung ibig sabihin ng rational people think at a margin. I am being rational with what I buy when I chose that particular brand. Kasi gusto ko ma-preserve yung pagka-al dente ng product, nung pasta. Kasi kapag lagi mo siyang i-reheat dahil hindi mo naman siya mauubos agad-agad, ang mangyayari po niyan, masisira, lalabsak yung pasta. Pag naglagsak yung pasta, hindi na siya masarap kainin. Okay, so ganun po siya. So, I chose that kasi hindi namin agad mauubos yung pasta. And kapag nagbibigay ako sa relatives ko, sa mga kapatid ko, syempre, kailangan nila yon, ma-preserve yung pagka-al dente. Yun din po yung mga reasons. So, there are particular reasons why we buy products. And in my case, yun yung aking reason why I chose to buy a much higher price in brand than the lesser ones. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Okay, ito naman po yung people respond to incentives. Sa atin as entrepreneurs, since we have yung tinatawag po nating company na, okay, we have to understand that people respond to incentive. Kaya po, karamihan ng mga companies, they provide mga benefits aside from what is mandated by law. I remember when I was in Greenwich, ang mandate lang po kasi sa law ng DOLE, the Department of Labor and Employment, correct me if I'm wrong, pero ito po yung naalala ko, 5 na leaves for vacation and sick leave. But when I was in Greenwich, binigyan nila kami ng 15 days leave at saka 15 days leave for vacation and 15 days leave for sick leave. So that's a total of 30 days. And mind you, pag hindi pa kami nagkasakit, hindi namin na-consume yung sick leave namin of 15 days, pwede namin siyang i-remunerate. So ibig pong sabihin, pwede namin siyang ipakash pag hindi siya nagagamit. So yun po yung mga benefits na binibigay ng companies. But of course, iba-ibang companies, iba-ibang benefits ang ibinibigay sa kanilang mga empleyado. It depends on on how healthy the financial status of the organization. If the organization is healthy enough financially, they can provide more for the employees. Pero kapag hindi naman po ganon, syempre, tayo as empleyado sa ating sa ating organization, kung hindi naman ganun kalaki ang ating company, huwag tayong masyadong mag-expect. Oo, kasi it really depends on the financial status of the organization. Kapag hindi naman talaga kaya, hindi yan mapoprovide ng company. But I believe, okay, lahat po ng companies, for the entrepreneurs watching right now or hearing this, we have to provide because people respond to incentive. Pag sinabi pong respond to incentive, ang mga tao po kasi talaga, yan ang normal sa atin. When there is incentive, mas ginaganahan tayong magtrabaho because we expect something in return from our companies. So if this company provides for that, ang empleyado naman will double their effort to provide for what is required and what is needed because they are aiming for that particular incentive. So, ayan po yun. Okay? Okay, wala na po because this is already for another topic. Ayan. Ayan. So, I hope that I was able to provide vital information for today. 3 lang po yung ibibigay ko kasi that's the only yun lang po 3. I mean 4 pala. 4 out of the 10 principles of economics ang ibibigay ko at yun lang naman po talaga ang under category of how people make decisions. And so, maiintindihan na po natin why people make decisions and also for our entrepreneurs, at least malalaman po natin bakit po ang ating mga consumers behave this way and that way. And so we would be able to plan correctly for our products and for our services that we are going to provide for our consumers. We really have to understand these 4 principles, yung 4 po, on how people make decisions so that we can plan on how we are going to make our marketing collaterals, our marketing planning strategies. Ayan po. So, kapag alam po natin yan, mas madali po tayong makapag-strategize on what to provide for our consumers. Ayan po. So, with that, maikli lang po naman talaga for today ang aking ipoprovide na information because the other 2 will be given by next Saturday. Ayan po. And hopefully, matapos ko po by next Saturday, lahat po yan. If you have any questions, you just have to put it in the chat box po. At pag nakita ko naman po siya, I will respond. And if you have topics that would like to be discussed, pwede po rin natin siyang i-provide here in Teachers Bureau. And that is for our entrepreneurs and the soon-to-be entrepreneurs, our students. Okay, I ask my students to watch this, of course, also, because this is important for them. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'll be checking my chat box na lang po if you have questions. As of this time, wala akong nakita. I don't know if may nag-pop up kasi I'm sharing my screen kanina, kaya hindi ko napansin. So yan, thank you for watching po. And again, this is Maria Teresa Malco of Teachers Bureau host, and I'll see you next session. Bye!
Global Blast TV 160, home of entrepreneurs.
Try the newest, cheapest, and fastest delivery na express service. Introducing Motor Express PH. You can now leave your shopping and delivery needs with us without much exposure and interaction to people outside. Mapa-grocery items, medicines, foods, and other essentials and halal-certified products, kami na ang mamimili at maghahatid sa'yo. Sinisigurado na ligtas, in good and quality condition ang mga pabili o orders sa delivery service na iyong i-avail. Para sa maayos at mabilis na delivery at order mo, ipamoto mo na. Download Moto Express PH app through Google Play that is built to deliver beyond your expectation. Tara na dito sa Moto Express. Dahil moto mo to.